Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I want to share a personal story because I know there are some people there are some ladies there, they might be undergoing what I underwent, and publicly I want to share my story so that they can be encouraged, so that they can know they are not alone and probably what they can do. So for those who are new here, my name is Pauline, born and raised in Kenya in a very poor village to poor parents. Growing up was struggle. Also getting my education was struggle. Raising up my children was struggle. My relationship in Kenya were not working. And then 5 years ago, I relocated to the Netherlands. Basically, my YouTube channel is about my life with the goal of encouraging someone, giving someone hope, and emphasizing that never give up in life. I'm telling you today, a problem is solved. You sit down and say, you have no problems, but little did you know that there are so many on the line waiting for you. Like when we got the permanent resident visa, me and my daughter, to relocate to the Netherlands, we were so happy. For me, I said, I'm going to make my life in Netherlands better than it was in Nairobi. And I knew that at least I've gotten a lifetime partner. So when we landed in this country, apart from the other challenges I've talked about, there was problem with the weather, problem the language barrier, problem with the integration, problem with the culture. You know, when you go to a new country, you know, it's never easy. Apart from that, unfortunately, I did not have a supportive husband. It was so funny when I came to learn that the systems here, they are totally different. Let's say, for example, if your husband is on pension and you have not yet reached the age of pension and you are working, the salary is taken collectively for the couple. And if he's getting some pension, what you earn, it affects that. It goes a little bit low. That is something I never thought about it when I was relocating here. And of course, I never knew. So it is my advice for those ladies and men who want to travel to abroad to be with their partners. Please make a research to know what are the rules when it comes to this. Don't just relocate blindly as I did because I got the shock of my life here. I've arrived. I tell my husband now, I'm giving myself 2 weeks to rest. Then immediately I start looking for jobs. Then he told me, you cannot work legal. Then I was like, why? Because when you work legal, his pension is going down. And he never wanted his pension to go down with even a single €1. Simply because he's a nurse, he was a narcissist man. You see? So I had to go to municipality and present my case and get the right information. Is it true when I go to work, my husband's pension is going down? Yes, they said it's going to be affected. And again, also the allowances he gets for the house allowance, the health insurance allowance, it's also going to be affected. So I was shocked because of those rules. But again, I told him, it's true, I have the information, but I'm going to work, and whatever goes down by your pension and other allowances, I'm going to pay you. But he never wanted to listen. That's why I say he was a narcissistic, someone who only thought about himself. So for those ladies back in African countries, Asian countries, or other countries, and you want to relocate and go to stay with your boyfriend or your wife in a foreign country, please, before you do that, Make sure you do a good research to know the rules. And that's why I'm sharing this story, because I want to help someone. So, what did I do? After that, he gave me two choices. You stay in the house without working. Actually, there were three. You stay in the house without working, you work illegal, or you go back to Kenya. Three choices. I could not work illegal because good. Secondly, now I'm left with three choices. Staying in the house or going back to Kenya. It reached a point I wanted to go back to Kenya. If I was alone in this country, I would have direct gone back to Kenya. But now I was with my daughter. She had already joined school. She had already made some friends. She had already starting learning Dutch, She had already started integrating in the culture. So I was like, if we pack our things and go back to Kenya, we're going to start again from the scratch. For me, I can do it. I've already done it. But for my daughter, it's going to affect her so much, because I've already interrupted our system, and especially the education system, because when we came, she was in Form 1, and now like 6 months are gone. Where is she going to start again? So because of that, I had to sacrifice and left with one choice of staying in the house without working. Remember, back in Kenya, I had my daughter in university and she was 100% depending on me. My mother was 100% depending on me. And of course, other family members, they were also depending on me. And when they heard I've gone to Europe, knowing me well that I'm hardworking, I'm going to change their lives. But here now, according to information, I have to stay with this man at least for 3 years. Then after 3 years, I can get my papers and probably I can start working. Yeah, I was left with that one choice. I had to sacrifice everything for the sake of my daughter. But I'm telling you, the 3 years, it was not easy, but we made it. What did I do? I went to the municipality again because they knew my case. I was given a social work. One thing I like about Dutch systems, they are so well. If you have a problem, you are going to be given a social worker, and that social worker is going to help you in all the matters. So this social worker, he was very good, and we developed a good relationship also, because it's very important. And we, from there, he took my case and we had to look for a lawyer. And when we talked to the lawyer, she told me, if I stop being with this man, the chances of me and my daughter being deported back to Kenya, they are very high. So she gave me a very good advice, and she's a very good lady. She told me, if this man is not physically beating you, try to be a little bit patient, just for the sake of your daughter. So that is the advice I was given, and I stuck to it, and I said, I'm going to sit in the house for at least 3 years. And yeah, and exactly that is what happened. It wasn't easy. In the house, I'm this kind of a person. I've always depended on my money, working for myself. I have responsibilities back in Kenya, but here I'm not working. It was not easy. I had to borrow money from friends just to make sure that my daughter is in school. But I'm telling you, I was so patient. I prayed. I believed God could not have brought us here just to suffer. And within no time, 3 years were gone, and I had a very nice communication with my lawyer. We had a very good program. Immediately after 3 years, I applied for my passport, and within 2 months, I got my passport, And within shortest time, we had to be moved from his house to a shelter house, and within 3 months, we got our apartment. And immediately, I looked for a job, and I started working, and now I'm taking care of myself, my daughter, paying our bills. We don't have any problem, and working hard and fully focused. So please, this is for those people who are in foreign countries. If someone is a sponsor and he threatens you that if you don't do this and this and this, I'm going to take you back to your country. There is nothing like that. Go to your municipality, report that case, and in case there is a physical beating, violent, that's a crime. Go straight to report to the police and action is going to be taken. But if there is no physical violence, go report to your municipality, get a social worker, say your case, and move the right direction. You don't have to stay in a relationship where you are physically beaten simply because you don't want to be deported to your country. There are rules. If someone beats you, it's not automatic that you are going to be deported. You can't just stay there being beaten simply because you don't want to go back to your country, Please be assured that there are always people to help you. Try to integrate with the locals, friends, and try to do research and also get information. So that is my story. I learned so much, and that's why I'm sharing with you. So for now, subscribe, give me a like, a comment, and be tuned because there is coming challenge number 4.